Good evening, welcome back to Netball Central for another week of the 2017 Samsung Premier League. I'm Brittany Carter, your host for both Round 9 games on the show call tonight. And first up, we've got North Shore and GWS under 20. This is the first time we've seen GWS take the main court of the competition this season. The Orange and Grey club are currently second on a 55 games in the season, having scored 50 goals the last 2 weeks in a row. Their opponents in fourth place, North Shore United, are no strangers to the show court. We've seen them play two tight games back in the early stages of the competition here, where they beat Central Coast by 2 and then drew with the Erna Hawks. So they'll be looking to keep that no-loss record going tonight. Another stat that favours those chances is their record against GWS. North Shore have won 2 of the 3 games they've played against the Fury, the most recent in round 2 this year, where it finished up 47-39. But 50 seems to be GWS's magic number. And funny enough, not only have they scored a half century the last 2 weeks, the last time they beat United, the end score was 50-43 back in round 6 last year. Let's see if that number comes into play tonight. Before we get into our starting lineups, I'd like to introduce you to our expert, former Australian Diamonds and Giants defender, the lovely Beck Bully. Good evening, Beck.
Good evening, Brittany.
This is your first taste of under-20s Samsung Premier League?
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here tonight and watch some of the up-and-coming talent that's coming through. And so far, I've been very impressed. It's a good start by both teams.
Yeah, it's a quick start already. United are up by 1, 2-1. They lead the Fury. I'll just go through the game lineups to start with. In the gold, red and black for North Shore United, Nadia McDonald has selected Lucinda Drinnan in goal shooter. We've got Sarah Caulfield in goal attack, Sophie McLennan-Pike in wing attack, Jessica Lagaya in centre, Grace Pillon in wing defence, Chloe Friday in goal defence, and Dakota Thomas in goalkeeper. And then for the Orange and Grey, GWS, Kate Cooper has selected Lauren Woods in goal shooter, Jamie McMurdo to pair her in the shooting circle in goal attack, Chase Vassallo in wing attack, Taylor Flood in centre, Caitlin Porter in wing defence, Claire Iongi in goal defence, and in the defender's circle with her, Lauren Nato in goalkeeper. Level it up, 2-2. Some fast work on the circle edge by GWS. Lovely shot.
You can just see the North Shore defenders just dropping back to a 2-on-1, which allowed our goal attack just to sneak in and get an easy shot close to the post.
Nice work between the two United shooters. So very even to start off. Someone's lost a bib.
Good pressure there by Chloe Friday. I thought she contested well on first ball, which just meant that the pass was just forced over the top. So good pick up by North Shore.
Fast work. United heading up the court. Drinnan in front. No problems.
Nice shooting so far, 4 from 4.
Normally haven't got those stats accessible, so I'm glad you're on top of it, Beck. Bringing so much to the broadcast already. Oh, lovely work.
Yeah, really nice intercept. Read that well.
Well done, Grace Pillon.
Yeah, well read. Unlucky just to put her toes over the line. Offside.
Eyes for the ball, not for her feet are. Foot was out. And unfortunately, we haven't got our umpire mics working tonight, so we'll do our best to keep you up to date with what's happening.
That's a great play from North Shore down the court, letting the ball go and just getting onto the circle edge, which allows an easy feed into Lucinda Drynan.
Dakota Thomas is making it difficult for Lauren Woods. Not that time though. Straight in and up into the net. So last week Lauren Woods was a major factor for GWS. So we'll watch out for her. She shot 40 of the 50 goals they scored last week at 93%. She only missed 3 goals. Or 3 attempts at goal, I should say. So fantastic accuracy from the young shooter. Oh, lovely long range. Jamie McMurdo. Fast work between McLennan Pike and Drynan. Oh, lovely work. Grace Pillen just getting a hand to it again. She's been good on the intercepts and deflections.
Yeah, North Shore seem to be just sitting off a little bit and perhaps playing a little bit of a zone defence or offline defence, which is just creating a few little tips and turnovers.
Yeah, so speaking with their coach, Nadia McDonald, leading up to this game, she said their main focus in defence is dictation and trying to focus on upsetting their passage of play rather than outrunning them, which is what you've picked up, Beck.
And I just noticed then that Fury, just when they get the circle edge, they've got such a good, strong hold from their shooter. So I think their key is just to work the ball onto the circle and then, yeah, just feed it in off there.
Oh. United lucky to get the ball back here.
Shooter to shooter. Always like to see those ones. Oops. She's just not quite finishing it off at the moment, Sarah Caulfield. That will come.
Good work by Lauren Nita to just jump straight on it. Woods focused. That was always going to go in.
And she was under a lot of pressure there from the defender, so really good composure.
Yeah, they're a good match, Thomas and Woods, in the fact that they're both around the same height. I think their buns would probably measure up to about the same point if you had them on a wall.
That's a tactic. Sometimes wear your hair in a bun, so just so you look that little bit taller.
Long pass, Friday, over the middle of the court.
Again, there's a circle edge feed, which is working really well for North Shore.
Caulfield doing well to just jump into the space that they were already anticipating for her. And that's what Nadia McDonald mentioned, that their focus would be in attack, that it's about doing the pre-work and to find the space beforehand instead of relying on just running towards the ball. So they're executing that well at the moment.
Fury still sitting on 100% in their shooting statistics. Not that I'm much of a statistician, but I'm sure I can keep that one.
Yeah.
It's only the first quarter.
Oh, well done. McLennan Pike Doing well to upset the passage of play. Flood, long bomb over the top. Up and over. And Friday just jumped on that at the end. Should have let it go. Fantastic work from Thomas. Let's see, turnover. McLennan Park in the pocket. She'll go over the top. Lagaya up and in. Caulfield's grabbed it. Finishes the job. 9-all. Got just under 5 minutes of play in this first quarter. Vassallo asking for an option. Did well to control that ball. It's popped back into United's hands through the goalpost.
Yeah, again, I think that it's really the good pressure that North Shore are doing out the front. They're keeping the Fury circle feeders off the edge, which is forcing their goal shooter to come out and take a few balls where you want your goal shooter under the post ready to score. Especially
someone like Lauren Woods, who scores majority of the points for the GWS team.
And I think Chloe Friday is doing a really good job on coming off her player and just helping out her goalkeeper a little bit.
Oh, how did they get that? That was a good placement. Unfortunately, the shot less so.
Great rebound from the Fury, though. They're not sure goal is in there, but you always want your defenders to get 100% of the rebound, so well done.
That was good work between Flood, feeding into Woods. Woods just backing up to get a better spot under the post and find some space behind the defender. Quick work, Lagai into Caulfield, under the post.
Good understanding between Drynan and Caulfield. You can just see when the goal defence is out of play, Drynan puts on a lovely screen, which allows Caulfield to get it at the post.
Pillen's down, she's back up again. Woods doing well to get to the ball first before Friday. Nice and easy and in front. So there's just 2 minutes left in this first quarter. And the teams are only separated by a goal. Nice and close. GWS are currently second. And United fourth on the ladder. Quick work. Caulfield back to Lagaya. Hasn't paid off. GWS will get the ball through a throw-in on the baseline. The Fury panicking here, trying to score some extra points. They cut out the mid-court. Vassallo. Good work into McMurdo.
That's really good patience from the Fury. You can see North Shore putting on a centre court press, but they're just working the ball down now and a good feed into the circle.
They're taking the scenic route, aren't they, Beth?
Yeah.
No, it's important, though, that even though North Shore are having an effect on the passage of play, that they're still working extra hard to get around it. Less than a minute on the clock. Miscommunication there. And we'll see North Shore pick up. They'll have to hurry to score a point. There's 5 seconds on the clock. We're locked 12 apiece. Quick work. Drinnan sandwich between two GWS defenders, and we'll finish 12-all for the first break. Beck, what are your thoughts?
Look, I think that North Shore United, their defence is great. They're getting lots of turnover ball. I think probably just they haven't capitalised on that, and I think that's basically just from missed shots. Whereas on the other hand, Fury, they're shooting beautifully, still sitting at 100%, particularly Lauren Woods. She's sitting at 9 from 9, which is a great statistic in your first quarter. Yeah, I think that's the key. North Shore just need to capitalise on their turnovers, and Fury just keep working that ball onto circle edge, and I think that perhaps after they've spoken to the coach, they might be a little bit more prepared for that zone that North Shore are putting on.
Now, if you're watching from home and you've got the wrong game, there's also a game being streamed through Bar TV on Court 1 with the Urner Hawks and the Central Coast Heart. And on the other courts tonight, we've got Manly Warringah Sapphires against UTS St George Sparks, air on Court 2, and the Sutherland Stingrays and the Panthers up on Court 3. So we'll try and bring you the results of those games at the end of this one on the show court. But Beck, let's talk about Samsung for a moment. They've been really big in championing netball in Australia, haven't they, especially for the younger girls. So they backed this competition last year. It's now in its second year running. And they've now announced that they're going to be the official naming rights partner of the national team. So they'll now be the Samsung Diamonds. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, I think it's fantastic that Samsung are getting involved in netball. I think it really adds huge credibility to this competition to have a brand like Samsung willing to come on board as a naming rights sponsor. And of course, the Australian Diamonds, I'm sure they're absolutely thrilled to be a partner with them. I know I'm a huge Samsung user. I love my Samsung tablet, so I'm sure the girls will be loving it. But yeah, it's just great for netball that we have such support from such a big company like Samsung.
Yeah, so they're now going to be the official naming rights partner of the Diamonds, as we mentioned, but also the innovation partner of Netball Australia, Suncorp Super Netball, the Fast 5 Netball World Series, and as well as a supporter of grassroots netball through to the elite teams across Queensland, Victoria and New South Wales. So a huge commitment from them. And we saw last year they brought out the Rethink Role Models campaign, which everyone really loved. Did you get a chance to see all of those little stories that popped up?
I did see a few of them, yeah, and I think it's fantastic. I know that we always take our job very seriously to be good role models, so it's great that that's recognised and it's actually a program that's coming forward.
So just lastly on that, the announcement sort of comes with the Diamonds annual squad camp in Canberra that's been happening the last week, where Samsung actually provided the entire Diamond squad with a training kit, and they've also brought in some developing tools, so they'll be able to film themselves and have a little watch of it, and hopefully that will lead to better skills and better understanding of what's happening in that training. But Beck, tell us what life has been like after the first year of Suncorp Super Netball. That was pretty fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I had an absolutely fantastic year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't expect to be able to play like I did. I really was quite nervous that I'd go out there and embarrass myself, but I was really happy with how I went. I loved being a part of the Giants netball franchise, and yeah, signed on to play again next year. So at the moment I'm having a bit of a break. I've gone back to playing tennis, midweek ladies tennis,
nice.
down in Wollongong, which I really enjoy. And yeah, obviously just going back to being a mum for my little daughter Indy. So yeah, and it's nice to be here tonight to watch some netball again, get my netty fix.
That's right. And we've seen Julie Fitzgerald and Rob Wright pop in to watch a number of these games, which has been really nice to see the support. And also they're sussing out the future talent, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they are. I think there's some great talent here, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of these players moving through the ranks in the years to come.
So from what we can see, it doesn't look like any changes have been made to both sides. Both coaches clearly happy with what's happening out on court. And at 12-all, you can't really fault them, can you?
Well, yeah, it'd be unlikely that either coach would make changes when it's 12-all.
Quick work from Vassallo into McMurdo. So Vassallo's been doing a lot of the feeding from the edge of the circle. and really driving the attack, especially in that goal-scoring third. Up and over GWS again. So back-to-back centres they've taken.
Good start from the GWS Fury into this quarter.
Gaia over the top to Drynan. She's stuck out wide. There we go. And the midcourt is just directing the shooters around their defenders there. It was good teamwork. Vassallo, long ball.
Yeah, nice long feed.
McMurdo's going to have a shot. It's dropped just in front. Pops out the baseline. Quick up the midcourt, straight through the middle. Drynan pops it up to Caulfield. Partners in crime, they finish the job. 14 apiece. So we're back to draw again. Gaia.
Nice
well
intercept.
done. Iongi, that's the second great intercept she's taken tonight.
And again, they've just coughed it up again. It's losing those turnovers, which should be treated like gold.
Wasted opportunity.
Turnover ball back again.
Vassallo driving forward and providing Iongi with an option. There's a good matchup happening between Pillen and Flood in the
Great
centre
strong
and wing
hold
defence
there
position.
by Woods. Really good side hold.
Nice work between the shooters. One popping out to provide the mid-quarters with support. And that'll push them to in front. 16-14. Good competition for the ball happening, isn't there?
Yeah, and I thought the Fury's defence was really good. It forced a tough ball for Drynan to take, but they just had their eyes down just to miss that little off-balance pass to Caulfield.
As we've just been talking, Chloe Friday's pulled an intercept in, but Iongi's just got a hand to it. Disrupted the passage of play. McLennan Pike. Oh, lovely work. Great timing with the feed, and Caulfield will level it up again.
Yeah, it's good to see Caulfield taking a bit more of the shooting load this quarter. At the moment, she's 3 from 3, whereas Lucy Drynan's just only had 1 goal this quarter. So it's good that they're sharing the load a little bit more. Great defence again by Iongi.
Top of the circle, Drynan. Oh, Iongi straight on it. Lovely work using her body to pull the shooters out of the way. Great feed, up and over. Woods jumped on it. Did well to take the rebound. It's a bit of a slower game, this one, isn't it, Beck?
Yeah, I think that's probably due to the fact that the North Shore are playing a zone. Sometimes it takes more passes to get the ball down, but I think that's the key, is to stay patient and don't get tempted to throw those long ones in.
And by slow, I guess I mean that it's still rather controlled, even though North Shore United are disrupting that passage of play. They're still taking their time and sussing out the best options, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. There's probably one thing I'd like to see Fury do a little bit more, is to turn, square up, look down and just give the ball. I feel like they're sort of hesitating on some of those long leads and then just playing it safe back to the parallel option. That was a little bit more direct. That was good.
They heard you. We've got some little cheerleaders in the crowd with some pom-poms for GWS.
Great sweep there from McMurdo. That's really good.
Impressive, but didn't secure the bickies. McLennan Pike looking for an option. Bounce passing to Drynan. And they'll do a pass back. Lagaya. Lauren Nato was so close on that. Just a fraction too slow. But good work by United. Lovely work, listen to Drynan. Long range and from the left. Flood up and over. And Woods just getting an arm out to it, outstretched, pulling it in. We've seen Thomas take the rebounds. Nasty collision. They both seem to be okay. Nice little handshake. Vassallo choosing to go over the top to McMurdo. But both the North Shore United defenders were under the post and waiting. Quick work from United. Straight up the court. Caulfield. Lovely
great
work.
vision. See the two defenders caught in front of one. Just a good vision over to Lucinda Drynan.
Misjudged that one, Drynan.
Yeah, and I've actually been really impressed with McLennan Pike. I think she's doing a great job. She's really calm, controlled, presenting good options, but she's got a really good change of direction as well. Good contesting.
She's providing an option for almost every pass, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
It's almost doing too much, but I mean, keep going for it. It's good to watch. But it's good that they know that they can rely on her to be a second option always. And you've got to watch your head here, Beck. I almost got taken out a few weeks ago. Lucky hand to the face saved me. Lagaya quick to jump on the loose ball. Drynan popping out the top of the circle. Caulfield again, waiting. The GWS defenders are almost being caught each time watching the ball instead of watching their player.
Yeah, I feel like that North Shore, Caulfield and Lucinda just have a really good moving circle so that if one's driving, they might not necessarily get the ball, but it just draws the defenders off just a little bit, which opens up the other one at the post.
And a great understanding. It's almost telepathic. There's no talk between the two. They just know that if one's going one way, then my job is to do this.
And again, you see it working in reverse. Caulfield taking the drive, which then opens up Drynan.
We've seen North Shore put the foot down a little bit. They're now 3 in front.
Nice strong take. Oh, must have had the tiptoes over.
They keep relying on that technique to feed in, don't they? So Woods is almost sort of just in front of her player and then at the very last moment jumping for that ball.
Yeah, and I think Dakota Fanning, she's doing a really good job of just going straight up and contesting that ball, so she's not out of play, but it's just putting enough pressure on to force a turnover.
Done by Flood. It's a quick turnover, straight off the centre.
Nice hands over, read that well.
Oh, lovely shot by Woods. Seems to be a lot of crowd support for GWS tonight. Nice and loud. You see that same feed happening there again. Popping it up for Woods. Woods a little bit frustrated there, but Friday hadn't really done anything wrong. It's the job of a defender, though, to rattle the shooters, isn't it? Lovely work from Pillen. That was a great ball. Yeah, Caulfield will finish the job. They're back in front by 1 with a minute to go before half time. Fury will have to rush as they hope to level it up. Quick work, feeding into the circle. There we go, 23 apiece. Pillen asking the mid-quarters to come forward. Glennon Pike up to Drennan. Iongi just got her timing a little off, but she would have had that ball otherwise. 20 seconds. Backwards, the pressure has forced a mistake. Just lucky that Nito was quick to jump on it. 10 seconds to go. Woods in front. Up and in. There we go. 24 apiece. And that's how we'll finish for half-time. So each team has scored 12 each, again, this quarter. At least they're consistent.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a good game, and I felt like that North Shore just started to get a wood over the Fury, but then they fought back. A couple of good turnovers, particularly from Taylor Flood with their hands over on the centre pass. They just got back into that and levelled it up for half time.
And what can you tell us about your shooting stats?
Well, I can't promise that they're accurate. But what we saw this quarter, Sarah Caulfield sitting on 5 from 5. So it's really good to see her turn it around. She's a little bit shaky in the first quarter, so now she's sitting at 100% for that quarter. But also sharing the load with Drynan. So Drynan is 6 from 8. So they are, they're quite even in the stats. Whereas you look at Fury, on the other hand, Jamie McMurdo had 2 shots from 5 attempts. So
and Woods is definitely taking
she's the
load.
dominant shooter, and you can see that Chloe Friday is coming off her player to help out Dakota to shut Woods down, but we just need McMurdo to step up and take some more of the volume in the goals.
Right, well, looking forward to the second half of this match, seeing as it's been so tight. But Netball New South Wales has prepared a nice little video for you that we're going to play for you now. So that was a nice little state champs video that Netball New South Wales prepared for us. And Beck, you were just explaining the difference to me. Would you be able to explain the difference to our viewers tonight, what the difference between state champs and state age is?
Yeah, so state age is for our underage representative levels. So I think it goes to 15 and under is the last year of state age, whereas state championships is the open grade. So anyone basically can play state championships. It's open to players of all ages. And
you said you used to play the equivalent of that back in Victoria. What was your team back there?
Yeah, I did. So I grew up in the country Victoria, so I played for Calival United Football Netball Club. So we used to go and represent our club at various tournaments around the area, and then for the Loddon Valley League was the league that I play in at the state championships in Victoria.
That's nice that they had like a football and a netball club sort of link happening. I really like that happening in sort of rural and local communities because it makes a difference in terms of encouraging other genders to get on and back other sports, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I know I really enjoyed it. It was great. It has such a family atmosphere and involves the whole community as well, which is fantastic. And I really feel like that's what's happening in netball at the moment when we have those relationships with the for example, the Giants. We have a great relationship with them, and it feels like we're a part of something bigger, not just our own team. We want to represent our club and do them proud as well.
Yeah, it was nice to see that they brought out a little Giants banner for you at one of the games. I think it was maybe the semis or maybe one of the earlier games, but that was really cool to see them bring an AFL tradition over to netball.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my first time I've ever run through a banner like that, so it was very cool. Although we did laugh when Serena Guthrie actually got stuck in the banner and had to back and try again.
So coming from Victoria, are you a bit of an AFL fan then?
I am. I grew up watching AFL. My brother plays AFL. Oh, not sorry, he doesn't play AFL. He plays football.
Yeah.
Which is there's a bit of a difference. In New South Wales, sometimes don't understand that AFL is the Australian Football League. Everyone else in Victoria calls it footy.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching football, which I really enjoy. But since moving to New South Wales, I quite enjoy watching rugby league and rugby union, and I understand the rules now. And
that's great.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, I love all sport. So, it doesn't matter what sport it is.
So did you have to change allegiance when you signed on to be a Giant, or You know, were you happy to take up the Giants?
Well, I grew up. I barracked for Geelong, and I
Doing
was
pretty well this year.
Yeah, they are. And then obviously when I came to New South Wales and played for the Swifts, I started barracking for the Swans, and now obviously since joining the Giants are my favourite team. So I feel like I'm a bit of a turncoat, but you know, how can you not barrack for your own club? So it's really good taking an interest in a team again and really getting on board.
Oh, well, that's great to hear now. It looks like some changes are being made, so we're just going to take a break and confirm those for you, but we'll be back in a moment. So we've seen some changes in the halftime break for the GWS Fury. Chloe Chapman's come on in goal attack, and we've seen Jamie McMurdo come off. We've also got Anasini. I think that's Nate, come on in centre. And the rest seem to remain fairly unchanged. Oh, good contest here. And Thomas doing a lot of the work to get the ball out of GWS's attacking end. So just confirming those changes for GWS. Jamie McMurdo has come off. We've seen Anna Nark come on in centre and Chloe Chapman in goal attack.
I feel that Grace Pillen is actually doing a really good job for North Shore. She's forcing her wing attack to stay up high and feed from off the edge of the circle, but she's doing a lot of work in attack, bringing the ball out. And I think that's because she is a natural wing attack centre, so she just understands how hard you need to work to get the ball down the court.
And that's something that some of the other coaches have reiterated to me in this competition, that a lot of what this league has become about is about teaching these younger players to perform at such a level that they need to play at least 2 to 3 positions.
Absolutely.
And that by doing that, they can also understand the game a little bit better too.
Yeah, I think that's why that's so important at grassroots level, that players play all positions, because what you play when you're 11 or 12 might not necessarily be the position you play down the track. And I think as a coach, you look for players that have flexibility and aren't just, stuck in one position.
Were you always a defender?
I did have a little stint at goals growing up. Yeah, I was always a natural defender though. But yeah, that's when I was playing my first few years in netball. We got to play every position. And my favourite position was centre and wing attack. So I don't know why I never get to play that anymore.
Your height's probably too good to pass up in that defensive circle.
Lovely feed.
So we're tied, 27 apiece. This game has been nice and close. Chloe Chapman just breaking a little early. But those mistakes count, especially when you're playing a team like North Shore United.
Good rebound.
Salo. Chapman on the edge to Nark. Oh. Just going through the ball, but illegal play. A bit too much oomph in that ball.
Yeah, just needed a little bit more height, just so it dropped down rather than sort of going over the back.
Chapman, long bomb to Vassallo in the pocket.
Oh, great contesting by Dakota Thomas again.
Unfortunate for Woods, but that's the way it goes.
Great pressure by the Fury to get that one back again.
There's been a lot of turnovers in this last 5 minutes of play.
If Thomas can just keep moving around in front, I think that's what works well. But when she just gets stuck on the side, the Fury just able to feed it in over top of her.
And take it to the post, Caulfield. And good work she did. That was a lovely shot. Nark looking for an option. Vassallo behind. Chapman again to Vassallo. And Woods just unable to get free. The last two times they've tried to feed to her, it's sort of entered in a mistake.
And I think that's what happens when you've got a dominant shooter. If you can't get the ball to them, then you need a goal attack that's going to stand up and be a target as well. And I just think at the moment that's not happening for the Fury.
And it's sort of stressing them out a little bit, aren't they? They're sort of still trying to force that option when it's not there. Oh, nice work, Lagaya, almost pulling that in. Nark. Oh, straight to the wrong person though, to Thomas. Just in front of Woods at the right time. Easy feed from Caulfield to Drynan. And I want to say easy shot, but it didn't look it at all. It's beautiful.
I really like that connection between Caulfield and Drynan. I think they're looking for each other really nicely. They're sharing the load, but also they're just reading the space off each other.
It's quite mature for two players that are fairly young, isn't it?
I think sometimes players just have those players that you can connect with and you have a good combination with. Sometimes it just happens naturally without much work. So it's good to see that these two have this good connection.
And the two were formidable last year and had a real impact on North Shore United there.
You can just see Woods, she had a really nice strong hold with plenty of space to drop into, and the circle edge feed did well for them as well.
Oh, lovely work. Lauren Nito just getting a fingertip to it. And although she's a little bit shorter than Drynan and Caulfield, she's been able to niggle her way into the competition. Physio just getting a bump on the head with the ball. Oh, lovely work by Nark.
Well done, well read.
Just got to be more careful with those passes, almost losing control of it. Woods, baseline shot. And still nice and close here on the scoreboard. United up by 1. And it's the Fury centre. Miscommunication between Woods and Chapman. But GWS will get free shot. And I've only just realised now with about 6 minutes to go, but we've actually seen a switch up between McLennan Pike and Ligaya. So they've switched in wing attack and centre. We almost didn't notice it because they're both mid-quarters and both so fast.
Great vision by Nark. She could see Pillen going out hunting and just nice long ball onto the circle edge.
So nice work from the sideline. Taylor Flood just directing Woods around the circle. It's pretty incredible that still we're so tight in the third quarter. A little bit of a hop. Chapman, lovely bounce pass around. Friday into Woods. Did well to cut the defender out.
Good contesting on the centre pass by Pillen. Really went hard for that one.
Vassallo was almost sandwiched by 3 North Shore players then. See Woods take the shot at goal.
You know, I'd actually like to see Chapman taking some of those penalty shots, just because at the moment she's only had 1 attempt at goal, whereas Woods is taking a lot of the shots. And I just think sometimes, you know, she's come into the game at half time. She might just want to get her eye in and get a little bit of confidence up in this quarter.
And Chapman's certainly finding a lot of space in the circle and around the edge, so it's not like she couldn't position herself for the shot. She's just looking to give that offload every time. Oh, there we go. That was lovely feed.
Great. She had great front position then, so really good vision by Nark into the circle to Woods.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if that's what Pete Cooper sat Chapman down and said, your job is to feed to Woods every time. But, yeah, as you said, I would like to see her take it to the post a little bit more too. Just mix it up, and here we go.
Lovely shot. Why wouldn't you shoot when you've got a shot like that?
Yeah, that's right. Take some glory for yourself. Lovely work between Lagaya and Caulfield. And also Drynan to drag the defenders back underneath the post.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, well done, Friday. Come around on the offside to take a lovely, clean intercept.
And a lot of the turnover in this match has been really clean, hasn't it? You know, they've obviously got their skills down pat. Nice work again. Caulfield dragging the defenders together. We'll see Nido jump on it this time. So the Fury have jumped out to a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, and I think the defenders are doing a really good job in making North Shore work it around, and just those couple of extra passes just giving them more chance to get an intercept or force a turnover. Oh,
that was
great
nice
rebound by Chapman.
That was do or die, wasn't it? Body on the line. Now in front by 4. There's 30 seconds on the clock. Fury are leading United. Quick work between the midcourt. And nice work between Caulfield and Drynan. 15 seconds. Nark. Vasalo long bomb to Chapman. It's lucky it's popped out of her hands and into Woods. And they'll secure an extra point heading into the 3-quarter break. 38-34, they lead United. And GWS will be happy with that lead, won't they, Beck?
Oh, absolutely. I think they've done really well in that quarter. Great defensive pressure, just forcing a few turnovers. But great conversion by Lauren Woods, sitting on 10 from 10 from that quarter. And I really think that's a key to the Fury. If they can find their shooter under the post, then, you know, she really does put the score on the board.
Yeah, her accuracy definitely has to be one of the great facets about the GWS team. And do you think that those changes that they made in the third quarter really helped them, you know, get some fresh legs in and some fresh ideas happening?
Yeah, I think Chapman's doing a really good job. She's just getting that ball a little bit closer to the circle edge, which is allowing her to either feed it into Chapman or the centre court can work the ball onto the edge and then feed it in. As I said, I think that I would love to see Chapman taking a few more shots, and after I said that, she did take a couple of shots, and she's got a lovely shot, so it's good to see her taking those.
Now, we're talking about a little bit about Fast 5 being a Samsung partnered, or having a relationship with Samsung now. And recently, I wasn't here, so I don't know if you realise it back at home, that Netball Australia have named their 10-player team for the Fast 5 Netball World Series. We see Ash Brazil, Paige Hadley, Emily Mannix, Nat Medhurst, Kate Maloney, Tegan Phillip, Sam Pullman, Kate Shimon, Gretel Tippett, Maddie Turner, and then also in the reserve, Sarah Clow, Caitlin Nevins, and Kayla Stanton come out in that nice fluoro dress. So I'm hoping that they'll sport again this year. Now, Beck, you were definitely involved in the Fast 5. I think it was last year as a specialist coach. Is that right?
I did. I went into the camp in Canberra, and it was something that I haven't really been involved with before, Fast 5, but it was so much fun, and it is such a different game. Like, I don't think I appreciated how much the tactics and the strategies are different to our traditional game, so I really enjoyed it, and I think this is going to be a great team. It's very exciting. I think I've played with majority of those players in all the clubs that I've played for, and I think they'll be a great team. And yeah, I think they'll do well, particularly when they've got the likes of Nat Medhurst, her experience in pressure situations. They've got some fresh young players. It's good to see Maddie Turner, Sarah Clow, Kaylee Stanton. Great to see her in the mix as well. So I think and Emily Mannix, I think she's a great defender. So yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, and also we've got Gretel Tippett back in the side, and I think she played last year's Fast Five, but her layups have definitely been a talking point in the game, haven't they?
Oh, look, the thing I love about Gretel is that she's so tall and athletic. And, yeah, she takes the ball to the post, literally. You know, she can catch the ball from halfway and still step in and lay it up. So, yeah, she's great to watch and she's great to play with because she does such a lot of work to bring that ball down the court.
And having spoken to her before, I know that she said when she played down here in Sydney, she was always sort of taught, you know, stick to the netball, don't do anything a bit flary like your basketball days, just stick to what we've taught you. And then once she headed up into Queensland camp, she was allowed some freedom to play these little flary shots and to have some fun with her old basketball skills. So I think she's said she really enjoys playing for Queensland because of that reason. And look, it's got her a Fast Five start, hasn't it? That little bit of flair.
Absolutely. I think, you know, it's important that players get to play their natural game. And when you try and be something you're not, there's only so long that you can keep that up. So, you know, why not? If it's working, then, yeah, go for it. I think in Queensland, she's very lucky that she plays with someone like Romelda Aiken, who is just a fantastic athlete. And, you know, she's probably one of my hardest players to play on, so I really liked having her in my team.
Now, if someone hasn't experienced Fast Five, you know, they've never watched it or been to the games, what could you tell them about it?
Well, I guess it's something that you've got to experience. It's quick. The games are only 24 minutes, which sounds like my type of game, you know, less than a half of netball. But you get to see, you know, so many up-and-coming Australian players that certainly, you know, they'll be exciting to watch.
And I've had so many friends, especially male friends that might be watching a game with me, say, are they allowed to shoot outside the circle? And in this form they are. So it's nice to see a little bit of mix-up of the rules happening as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I don't like change sometimes, but it's exciting and it's good. It's, you know, it's definitely something that is going to continue to grow. A lovely intercept by Grace Pillen. Work the ball down, and again, a good finish by Drynan.
So we saw GWS outscore North Shore United 14-10 in the last quarter. Those 4 points are crucial considering how tight this game has been. Pillen, perfect feed into Drynan, just waiting for the right moment.
I think that's a smart move by Nadia McDonald to put Grace into centre. I think she's been doing a lot of work driving that ball down the court, so we hope that continues. But also I think McLennan Pike, I think we lost her a little bit in centre, whereas when she was in wing attack, she was really good and has a great connection with the NSU goal shooters.
Now, GWS remain unchanged from the last quarter, but North Shore United have shuffled some of their mid-quarters around. We've seen Lagaya move from originally being centre into wing attack last quarter and now into wing defence. Grace Pillen has moved into the centre position, and we've seen McLennan Pike push back into wing attack. So it's nice that Nadia McDonald has such freedom to move her team around. Little fakey pass before she offloads it back to Friday. In the pocket, Pillen picks the best option in Caulfield at the top of the circle. Some good talking being done. And I think that was actually GWS's court.
Again, great pressure by GWS defenders. They are making the NSU work the ball around, and it's taking a lot of passes to get to post. So if they can just keep that up, turnovers will start to come their way.
And just waiting for that right moment. Nark to pass into Woods. Thomas is doing a good job holding her out of the game. She's just popping back that extra time. as a defender, would you then push in behind her and see if that helped the situation?
Oh, look, I'm all for defenders playing in front. I think you always start in front. When you start behind, you're already conceding a little bit. It's not to say you don't mix it up and give it a go, but personally, I always like to play in front.
Oh, lovely work. Caulfield drawing those two defenders towards the top of the circle, allowing Drinnen to pop out the back on the baseline. We're just seeing a change. Vasalo's coming off and Flood is coming back on in the centre position. And so again, they've got past us with another little sneaky change. Nark had moved into wing attack and Vasalo into the centre before. We've just seen that mid-quarter change. Flood now into centre. McLennan Pike up over to Drinan in front. They've come back. They're only down by 1, United. It's Fury's ball. Lovely work from Nark. That was very basketball-like. The to and fro. Chapman, baseline shot. And lovely work by Woods. Straight under the post and on the rebound. There's less than 10 minutes left in this game. McLennan Pike, edge of the circle, up over the top. And Porter doing well to just push Pillin out of the way of that pass. Seen a mistake by North Shore.
Great defence again by Fury. Just forcing the North Shore feeders just to swing it across the circle a couple of times. That one just under a little bit of pressure, would just force the ball out of court.
Nark up and over. This time it doesn't work. Thomas gets a hand to it. That looks like one of the cheerleaders is a bit tired, just given up. Woods. They're back in front by 3, the Fury. Oh, lovely work by Flood. Just a foot over. Out of bounds, unfortunately.
Just rolled in and out.
So close. That's why you've got to be ready for the rebound even when it's your shot, don't you?
Absolutely.
Haven't seen much of that happening from those shooters, to be fair. They've been pretty accurate. Lovely bounce pass.
Yeah, great work by Chapman. She's doing a lot of work outside the circle, which is then, Chloe Friday is having to go with her, which is just opening up Woods a little bit more as well.
Two players trying to hold McLennan Pike down. Some faster play happening now as we count down the clock. Some disruptions in play at the moment. Pillin, pocket. Over the top, Drinan waiting. Left-hand side of the post, up and in. Down by 3. GWS centre. Mark.
Oh, lovely roll by Friday. But Wood's still able to pull it in. I love it when defenders do that. They make it look like the space is there, but then they just roll around behind and take that space away from the shooter. But, yeah, you know, it was a great feed, and Woods was good enough to still pull it in.
Mark providing an option on the circle. She's forced back into the midcourt. Woods baseline. In front by 5 now, the Fury. We've got 5.5 minutes left to go. Woods over the top. Oh. Unfortunate. A lot of work done by Pillen there.
Yeah, it was a great contesting. Great tip. Just unlucky. Just went offside. You know, I really feel that North Shore United need to mix up their defence a little bit. Perhaps they do need to drop back into a split circle and play 2-on-1 on Woods for a bit. Force Chapman to take a shot.
Quick work off the centre. Chapman, Nark in the pocket. Oh. Thomas trying to keep Woods out of play. Doing well. Chapman's going to have to take the shot. (59-43).
Oh,
lovely work by Flood offside.
I think Flood and Porter are doing a great job on their defence around the edge of the circle. They're just getting a few hands in, forcing the North Shore centre court into the pockets, which is allowing them to have a go at those balls.
We're seeing a change here. Caulfield's coming off. And we're seeing Lucinda Drynan move into the goal attack position. Just waiting to confirm the United goal shooter. Quick play from GWS. Chapman straight out. Oh, lovely work. Good timing. Furia 50. That's their magic number. I'm sure they're going to make a lot more than that in these last 3 minutes. Some fresh legs injected. Now to Chapman, fed into Woods. Too quick for North Shore.
Yeah, they've just got a really good connection now into Woods. And I just, you know, in that first half, North Shore were doing a great job in keeping them off the circle and forcing them to feed it in long. But now they just seem to have good vision into Woods.
And now we're seeing those changes that were made in sort of the third and second quarter coming into play, because they've built those relationships now and they've slowly got better over these quarters.
That's right. It definitely takes a little bit for players to come on and get into the game. And I think, yes, you're right. You're now starting to see their natural combinations come through.
Now the shooter that's just come on is Annabelle Gillings for North Shore. We've got 50 seconds on the clock here. And United are down by 5.
Again, just getting in there.
She's still winding down the clock though, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Gillings finishing off what she started.
Yeah, she's come on really well. She's sitting on 3 from 3, which is really good. And that's what you need, a player that can come on under pressure.
And perform.
Absolutely.
Lovely work by Drynan. They're down by 3, but we've only got about 10 seconds left in this game. So it looks like the Fury are going to continue with their charge to the top. They're currently in second place. And they've just made it 52. So 52-48, the Fury have defeated United. Any interesting shooting stats for us, Beck?
Oh, look, I think Lauren Woods has had an outstanding game. From my stats, she's only missed couple of goals, 2 goals, I would say. But just her volume is up there, which is great. And I thought the introduction of Chapman at halftime, just a little bit more movement, kept Chloe Friday busy, which just opened up Woods a little bit more. So that was certainly effective for them.
So interestingly enough, in the last quarter, it was tied 14 apiece again. So that third quarter really did make all the difference for GWS, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They just got some good turnovers. I thought particularly Flood and sorry.
That's all right. Just looking at our lineup here, they've changed a bit.
Yeah, Flood and Porter. They did a really good job around the circle edge. They were just getting their hands to little balls, which then allowed their defenders just to get good position, and then they got a few turnovers. And
Lauren Woods, you have to say, she is one of the best aspects of this team, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. What a great target for them. And I thought that Dakota Thomas did a really good job in that first half, but maybe she just got a little bit stationary, just needed to move around like she was doing in the first half, rather than getting caught on the side. So when she was moving and contesting those balls, there were certainly some errors in there as well.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a second. We'll wrap up this game and try and give you some scores from the others as well. Won't be long.